¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos a otra edición de Cine y Series 21. Hoy los vamos a invitar a hacer algo temático, una recorrida a modo ya de lo que viene para fin de año en este primer programa del mes de noviembre, nada más y nada menos. Nos metemos en la recta final. Así que los recibo, como todas las semanas. Pasen, distiéndanse y fíjense lo que tenemos preparado para el día de hoy. Y arrancamos con esta delicia que de alguna manera abre conceptualmente el programa. La gente de Disney preparó un corto y de Disney se trata este programa. ¿Por qué? Porque a partir de la semana que viene va a comenzar a funcionar en Estados Unidos y en algunos otros países, pero después depende de las regiones por esta cuestión de los derechos, precisamente, y valga la redundancia, regionales, el sistema Disney Plus. Y Disney, definitivamente, si algo de poder le faltaba, ya con esto termina dominando el mercado de lo que puede ser el entretenimiento cultural, no solo con el anexo de Fox, sino convirtiéndose en un operador muy fuerte en el VOD, en el video on demand. La verdad que la oferta de Disney Plus es increíble y ahí uno entiende la estrategia de haber sumado a Fox. Una de las noticias, la verdad que un poco negativas, que circuló en las últimas semanas fue que precisamente Disney le quitaba los derechos a los espacios de cine-arte para transmitir los clásicos de Fox. O sea, la mayoría de los clásicos, de hecho, el canal Fox Classics, que pasa todo el día clásicos de la década del 40 y del 50, pertenecen a Fox. Muchos de ellos se pasaban en los cineartes, muchos en Estados Unidos. Estados Unidos tiene unos ciclos buenísimos, los diferentes cines de Los Ángeles, de Chicago, de Nueva York, ni que hablar, esas salas. Acá en Argentina tenemos en Buenos Aires el Malva, que tiene una nutrida cartera, filmografía de restaurados en 35 milímetros muy interesante. Bueno, Fox empezó a retasear los derechos para la emisión de esas películas y se entiende, porque todo ese catálogo hoy forma parte de Disney Plus. Así que fíjense, van a tener todo lo que es Fox, las películas más los clásicos. Todo lo que es Disney, todo lo que es Pixar, bueno, todo eso condensado, y me quedé corto con un montón de cosas, en este corto que la verdad es muy, muy atractivo.
Go. Coming through. Red alert, move. Careful.
Oh, I think we're controlling them.
Press the mad one.
How could we possibly be friends?
Pixar in real life. Original series streaming November 12th. Only on Disney Plus.
Y precisamente una de las, puntas de lanza para salir al mercado con esto, con Disney Plus, es una serie que les diría me entusiasma más que lo que es el episodio 9 de Star Wars, The Rise of the Skywalker. En este caso se trata de The Mandalorian, que precisamente transita por el personaje de Boba Fett, pero no Boba Fett en sí mismo, sino por el concepto de esto, de los recompensas, de los cazadores de recompensas de los mandalorianos. Bueno, hay un último tráiler que realmente es increíble y que precisamente prepara la salida de la plataforma. Véanlo.
Is the world more peaceful since the revolution? It is a shame that your people suffered. But bounty hunting is a complicated profession. They said you were coming. They said you were the best in the parsec. Would you agree? Mandalorian, look outside. They're waiting for you.
Yeah? Good.
Bien, y en este segundo bloque arrancamos con una de las coberturas más interesantes que hicimos en la historia de estos 3 años, ya casi vamos a cumplir 3 años de Cine y Series 21. La que más disfrutamos en términos de cinefilia, en términos de aporte que pudimos hacer, tiene que ver con la visita a los estudios Pixar con motivo el año pasado del estreno de Los Increíbles. Conviene repasar, porque tuvimos muchísimo material, aquel material que va más allá de la película y que tiene que ver con el concepto de producción. Pixar va a estar todo disponible en Disney Plus y hoy es uno de los corazones, porque tiene varios más importantes de Disney en términos de marketing. De hecho, Toy Story 4 fue la película más vista, con más público en la historia en Argentina. Se posicionó este año con más de 6 millones de entradas vendidas y de hecho logró poner a este año como uno también de los más importantes en términos de recaudación global, gracias a Toy Story nada más y nada menos. Así que tuvimos varias visitas y charlas con diferentes responsables de esa producción. Veamos algo de eso en este momento acá en Cine y Series 21, con quienes pudimos charlar. Por ejemplo, con los responsables del vestuario de Los Increíbles y también con aquellos que trabajaron el concepto de producción.
Whoa! I like Mom's new job!
Bye, sweetie.
I'll watch the kids, no problem.
I think for me, it was just the sheer fact that when I saw the first Incredibles, I was just coming out of college. And I remember leaving the theater and being furious that I wasn't part of that production. Like, I thought it was so amazing that I was actually depressed that I wasn't a part of it at all. So this time around, when they brought me on the crew, I mean, really, it was literally a dream come true. I was working with some people that I've admired since, you know, the beginning of my career, and never thought one day I'd be sitting around the table with them and drawing and collaborating. So that, to me, was the most exciting part of this.
Talking about that, how is your work as a team?
I think that at Pixar it's really interesting how it's a perfect balance of technical and creative. And you know, these movies are hard to make. And to be able to have, you know, exchange ideas and collaborate is really something that is still very good here. And that I hope that, you know, that we continue in the future to make the movies that we make, and to be able to work with amazing people every day. You know, coming to work is still so fun, you know, because we get to see great artists and great filmmakers and great sound people. So it's just amazing. Yeah, it's great.
As a design costume, which was your favorite character to design?
I will say that one of my favorite assignments.
Oh, you can because it's a spoiler.
Was
No, no spoiler. No
one of my favorite assignments was actually one that was helpful with regards to Edna's character,
Yeah.
but not necessarily a story point in the film. It was actually designing a fashion line that Edna would have designed herself. So designing the garments for Mode, her fashion line, was actually my favorite project, and it was really fun.
My favorite was E and Evelyn. Oh, actually, but Helen, designing for Helen was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's really strong and great in this film. So, those three.
And the last one is the biggest one.
Okay.
Why is so important the custom design in a character?
Well, the costume design adds another layer to the character, and I always say that the character design and the costume design are one design. They're not really meant to be separate because the costume design tells you so much about who the character is and how they change throughout the film. So it's important because it strengthens the storytelling. It's a storytelling device that tells the audience a lot about what's going on with the character emotionally, and it just adds so much depth.
And with color and silhouette, you can give a mood to the character, or it's an outward description of how the character is feeling inside, which is a very powerful but subtle thing. I think that sometimes costume design is a fine balance because you can't take the audience outside of what the character is experiencing. You have to make it great, but also fall into what that character is experiencing at that time. So it can't be too distracting or, you know.
It has to feel very natural for the character. And it's not just so much what they wear, but how they wear it. If you put a character in jeans and a t-shirt, but tuck that shirt into the pants versus leaving it out and kind of wrinkled, that there will tell you something about the character.
Combustion imminent? What does that mean?
It means fire, Robin.
Num num cookie.
Oh my God!
Cookie.
Wow, gay!
That is freaky.
How is working Pixar for you? How is be part of Pixar?
I've been here for 19 years, and what I love about it is there's always a new challenge on each film. So it's just keeping me inspired and invigorating, and always learning and working with new people.
What does that mean?
And for you?
Yeah. So I've been here 20 years.
20
So I have 1 year on.
Yeah.
1 year. Wow.
Yeah, as of March, I think. But yeah, I would say the most wonderful thing about this place is the people.
The people, no?
And yeah, in some ways it doesn't even matter what I'm doing here as far as a job. Like we could be making widgets or something, but the interaction with all the amazingly talented people here, it just, we could be doing anything and I would still love it, I think.
Because it's so diverse. Eh? Each team is different, no?
Yeah.
It's, different people, different actions, everything. And you talked recently about each movie is a new challenge. What was the biggest challenge in The Incredibles 2?
So the way the first one ended is a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And so I think this was an early challenge for us, is how do we hook up the new movie to the promise that we set up at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
You know, and you could say, oh, it's easy, they fight the Underminer, but you know, it's like, well, you know, we have to get into that in a way that's graceful, and also let the audience know some of the things that were set up at the end of the first movie, like Violet and Tony's date, for example.
Yeah.
You know, so it's how do we recap and refresh people, because it's been a long time, without it feeling stale, like we've seen this already. You know, it was coming up with a new way to do that.
Oh. When you heard about The Incredibles 2 was in production, what was exciting most for you?
Oh my gosh, I think people have been waiting for this for
Yeah.
since we finished the last movie. And so there was so much energy just waiting for, it's like, hurry, Brad, hurry, come back, come make this movie. So yeah, people were ecstatic. When
How is work with Brad?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, the energy
In what
of
way?
that guy. He has an air to him, and maybe you know him better than I do, but just being in the room with him and the interactions with him, the energy that comes off him is really unparalleled. He's one of my favorite directors to work with. Yeah.
Me too. And you? What can you tell me about Brad Bear?
He's hard to impress. And I'm not saying that because he's, hard to work with.
Yeah.
It's his ideas are so good, and he covers so much ground in his own mind. It's coming up with that thing that he didn't think of is a challenge. And I like that, and also Brad's he'll push back on an idea. Like if you put an idea out, he'll say, okay, I hear your idea, but what about this? So it forces you to think about the ideas you present in a greater context. And I like that. I like that challenge. And he likes some good discourse, back and forth.
He's willing to argue with you. If you have a different idea or an opinion about something, he's like, well, bring it on. Let's hear it.
Yeah. If he says, Ted, what do you think about this? And I go, it's good. It's good. He'll go, yeah. He'll go, yeah. And I learned from that. And so now I feel like I can say, it's good, but I think this might make it better. And he'll go, yeah, that is better. If he does think it's better, he'll say, yeah. He'll take that out.
The last one. What were the old movies that you refer to create the Incredibles world in this sequel? Like James Bond movies, for example. I think when I saw the design of the new house, I found in North by Northwest, the Hitchcock movie, the house of the James Mason house is like this style. Did you see any movie that, or you think in any movie that refers to the Incredibles universe?
I generally don't like to refer to specific films, but The Incredibles to me has always been 1/3 superhero movie, 1/3 family movie, and 1/3 Bond film or spy film. So we try to find that blend of those three things, which is what makes The Incredibles unique to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think it's great to do all the research and find the reference. But I know Brad likes to see things that haven't been done in other films, so he doesn't want to just copy something that exists.
Sometimes it's what not to do.
Yeah.
He won't say, make it like this. He might say, we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
We try to, we strive to be different than what everybody else is doing.
Suit up, it might get weird.
I'll be there ASAP.
Where you going ASAP? You better be back ASAP.
Y tuvimos el privilegio de ser uno de los primeros grupos de periodistas que visitó algo flamante, un edificio flamante anexo al edificio de Pixar en San Francisco, que es el archivo Pixar, donde guardan bocetos, maquetas, materiales de todas las producciones de Pixar. Por un lado tenemos la recorrida que, podríamos decir, finalizó con la responsable del archivo, precisamente mostrándonos cómo fue la evolución del personaje de Edna Moda. Recorrida y personaje de Edna Moda.
My name is Christine Freeman, and I am senior historian here at Pixar. And we're really happy to see you here and give you a tour. So, the Archives at Pixar is charged with gathering the original art from the art and story departments during the design phase of the filmmaking process. We also collect their documents that help tell the story of how choices were made, that, Mike Wazowski was originally orange and he became green, and why did they make that choice to change his color, for example. So we keep the documentation of the departments as well. We keep every version of every script. We have a selection of awards and a growing historical collection. So things like early photographs and cultural items, like you probably saw people wearing various Pixar t-shirts, their crew shirts. We collect those. We collect press clippings. So you are represented here.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad. They want us to do it this
I don't
way.
know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math.
okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
One of the things that we have here in the studio that we like to show off are sculptures. We have 2 sculptors on staff. These are sculptures made for the original Incredibles of the character Bob. And one of the things that you need to do when you're designing a character is to kind of have a preview of what that character is going to look like in 3 dimensions. And it turns out that when you're making a traditional 2-dimensional drawing, as an artist, you can cheat in ways that can't actually be recreated in 3 dimensions. So one of the important steps that we do with a lot of our characters that are going to have a lot of screen time is to have the sculptors try to realize those 2-dimensional drawings into an actual sculpture. So this is Bob in various extremes of motion. So he's a character who's going to have a lot of screen time. He's very expressive. And so you want to be able to see what would his face look like, squashed. And this is stretch. And my favorite, ooh. So he's pursing his lips. And those are things that he's going to need to do, the model will need to do on screen. So we spend a fair amount of time on certain shows working on the characters.
Math is math. Hello?
Hey, honey.
How are the kids?
Everything's great.
Is she having adolescence? And Jack?
He's in excellent health.
One of our favorite characters, of course, is Edna Mode. And Edna could have turned out so different. So here she is with an innocent flip hairdo. Here she is with an acetylene torch wearing I don't know what. And here she is. I assume that this got a little attention because it has a star on it. But when it comes to Edna, everybody pretty much just wants to see her the way she turned out. So I pulled this for you, which I love. So those were by Lou Romano. This is also by Lou Romano. Darling. And this is the iconic, this is the hero drawing by Tony Ficilli. And this drawing has been shown at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and our team has traveled all around the world with this piece because it's been exhibited in museums in a lot of different countries, by the way. Little known fact. Okay, so I was looking for things to pull for you guys, and I thought, well, okay, I don't want to just pull characters. Let's pull some environments, but I found this terrific piece of art in a box related to environments, and this also could have been Edna Mode. Is that really fabulous or what? I mean, there she is with pin cushions and, potions, atoms.
Y es el momento de grandes inicios de la historia del cine. Y se va a escuchar una música y se van a ver imágenes hermosísimas que van del espacio a un mundo en decadencia. Obviamente, en el día de hoy teníamos que cerrar el programa y este espacio que queremos tanto también, el de los grandes inicios de la historia del cine, con algo de Disney y con algo de Disney Pixar. Ese momento en el cual hubo una producción en el que todo era perfecto, ¿no? Porque fueron años seguidos que juntaron a Ratatouille, que juntaron a Up, bueno, cantidad de películas perfectas de Pixar. Algunos dicen que ese fue el pico creativo de la compañía. Dentro de eso está Wall-E, un homenaje al cine en sí mismo, a la imagen, quizá al cine en sus inicios, al cine mudo, como lo demuestra esta apertura con Michael Crawford cantando Put on Your Sunday Clothes, precisamente parte de la banda sonora de aquel clásico del cine que fue Hello, Dolly. Y gracias amigos por habernos acompañado en otra edición de Cine y Series 21. Bueno, recuerden que la semana que viene estamos acá, si Dios quiere, en el canal Orbe 21 para otro encuentro cinéfilo acá en Cine y Series 21. Chau.